So I'm really excited to unbox this one because I just got my package from FedEx, and this is the AYANEO Air Pro with a 5560U processor. This is the Pro version. This is different from the Air, just the Air without the Pro. I mean, we still got here the OLED display, we still got here an AMD processor, but this one comes with a higher battery, and of course, you can set it at a higher TDP. And boy, it is here already. We got here a special letter for us. We got here the letter from Arthur Zhang, the CEO of AYANEO, and of course, some quick facts about the AYANEO Air Pro. And yes, I got it here, the AYANEO Air Pro. See, there's the Pro with a sticker on it, so it's similar to the box of the AYANEO Air. And of course, you can see in here some stickers again. Pro, and we got here the 5560U, the white one with 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage. This one comes with Windows 11 Home, and again, it's an AMD 5560U processor, not the 5800 or the 5825U rather, and it's not the 6800U. So yes, the GPU of this one is a lot less compared to the one on the Steam Deck, but compared to the Steam Deck, we're getting here a smaller package and also an OLED display, which I really prefer. So yeah, time to unbox this one. So yes, the desk is a little bit messy, but we got here the AYANEO Air Pro. I actually like the design of the box in here. Very premium and very AAA design. So there we go. We got here a lot of accessories included on this one. But first, of course, we got here these, please notice these tips, blah, blah, blah. We got the top TDP. We also got here the AYANEO Air Pro manual, I think. Yeah, this is the manual. This is the essential things that you need to know about the hardware of the AYANEO Air Pro. And some accessories over here. So there we go. We got here the AYANEO Air Pro. And look at that. That is really small. Let me get my Nintendo Switch for you. Just to compare, the Nintendo Switch, the regular Nintendo Switch is a lot bigger compared to the AYANEO Air Pro. But this one's a lot thicker because this is the Pro version. So we got here a bigger battery and of course, a better design. I actually like the feel of this one. But of course, we're going to talk about the ergonomics later on once I review this device. So first, we got here two USB-C to USB-A female ports. That's a really cool feature since we're going to use some keyboards on this one and some mouse. And of course, we got here the charger. It's a 65 watt speedy quick charger. Really nice. And of course, these three are the different ports for the charger. And we also got here USB-C to USB-C cable. Actually, I already have a lot of chargers with me, so I'm not going to use this one included on the AYANEO Air Pro. Now you know what's inside the box of the AYANEO Air Pro. Now time to do a hands-on and review of this handheld device, the AYANEO Air Pro. Alright, so this is the AYANEO Air Pro. I got the Aurora White color, and as you can see, we got here some gradient color over here. It adds to the beauty of this handheld device that we're going to talk about later. But first, let's talk about the other aesthetics, not just the colors. So we got here, of course, the plastic shell. It's a it's a white plastic shell. And we also got here the Hall triggers. According to AYANEO, they are promising that there will be no dead zones, there will be no drift with this Hall sensors on the analogs of this one. Actually, there's some light over here, so whenever I plug this one in, there we go, you can see that there's a light and it changes depending on the settings that you want. But of course, I do not want to turn that LED I do not want to turn that on because it consumes a lot of battery, and I want to conserve the battery of this one because this one does have a smaller battery despite being despite being a Pro version of the AYANEO Air Pro. So as you can see in here, we got here the buttons, YB, X, Y, A, B buttons. We also got here the button for the AYANEO space. So as you can see, we got the AYA Quick tool with a single press. Holding this one would give you the AYANEO space. So basically, you got here the launcher for the different games that are installed on the AYANEO Air Pro that I have right now. And of course, we also got here another button which shows you the desktop. Of course, the Start Select button. I just prefer to call it the Start Select button. I'm a PlayStation guy. We also got here the D-pads. And of course, the triggers. As you can see, I want to show you the triggers. There we go. So there you go. You could see that the trigger does have, you know, a travel on this one. I like this one. This one is perfect for games like Forza Horizon 5, which is, by the way, working on this one. I haven't installed it yet. We also got here the 512 gigs variant. We also got here a lot of holes in here because this one comes, this is the grill for the fan. So you get a better heat or better thermals on this device. At the top, we got here the RB, RT, LB, LT, and this one is actually a button. So you could actually customize it right now. I use it for my keyboard, for my on-screen keyboard. And of course, you could also use this one. And then of course, we got here another one for the grill, for the fan, just like the Nintendo Switch. The USB-C port, the volume rocker, and of course the home button, which also acts as the fingerprint scanner of this device. As you can see, you know, it's actually protruding a little bit. I am actually pretty annoyed with that one because this one is actually curved. You see, this one is curved, but the button is straight. So this one does have a sharper edges. It's not really a big deal, but I do hate it. I wish that they would, you know, place it a little bit on the left, not on the on this part. So speaking of curves at the back, of course, as you can see in here, we got here, you know, a pretty good ergonomic design. This one, it comes with a 5.5-inch AMOLED display. I believe this is the first handheld Windows device with an AMOLED display, and it looks nice. It is really good. It's even better compared to my other devices, my other notebooks with a non-AMOLED display. However, this one comes with a 1080p resolution. Yes, it is sharp. Yes, it is good. However, since we're using here an AMD Ryzen 5 5560U processor, you know, it would be better if you got a 720p, so, you know, less renders, less things to manage for the processor. But yeah, it's still nice to have that 1080p display with an AMOLED panel. And of course, we got here the 16 gigs of LPDDR4X RAM paired with that AMD processor. Of course, this one comes with a more powerful 5825U, but yeah, we got the 5560U processor. The one that we got comes, this one is actually the Pro version. The Pro version comes in 5560U and also the 5825U. With the Pro version, you get a bigger battery. That's why this one comes with a little bit thicker body, but don't worry, still ergonomic, still very light. The one that we got still comes with a 440 grams, which is still, by the way, pretty light for a handheld device. And of course, for the battery, it's a 10,050 milliamp hours of battery, similar to my power bank. But yeah, this one is, again, pretty light. Now, if you're asking me about the battery, well, I play different games on this one, but most of them, whenever I'm playing games that are heavy, like Death Stranding, like Horizon Zero Dawn, the maximum battery that I can get is almost 2 hours. It didn't even reach 2 hours, probably an hour and 30 minutes, but that's fine with me. I play Windows games at those rates on a handheld device. I don't play 2 hours or longer, but yeah, it gets annoying because I need to charge it every now and then. But yeah, we still got here a short battery life on this one. But hey, at least it's a very portable device, and yet it can play Windows games. We haven't opened this one, but this one comes with an SSD, specifically an M.2 2280 SSD, which means that this one does have a larger SSD compared to the Steam Deck. This also means that, you know, buying an SSD for this one is more accessible. And yeah, we got here the micro SD. I actually use SanDisk 512 gigs on this one. And I really didn't have any problems with that one. Oh, and by the way, we almost forgot. We got here the speaker grills, another USB-C port, and also the headphone jack on this one. So I wouldn't get into the technical part. This is just a quick review of the AYANEO Air Pro. I haven't installed actually most applications that are needed for benchmarks, but we do got here different games that are running really well on the AYANEO Air Pro. And let me show you some of these games on the AYANEO Air Pro. But before that, let me show you the IA Quick 2. We're running it at balanced fan settings with the game mode. So as you can see in here, we're running it at a faster and more demanding wattage. So for our first game, it's Death Stranding. So let me show you the game settings that we're running it on this game. So the graphic settings, as you can see in here, HD. Most of the settings are set to the lowest settings. Again, this is a 5560U processor, not really that powerful compared to the Steam Deck with RDNA 2 graphics. We don't have here the 5800U or the 6800U. So yeah, this one is very, very different and low powered compared to those other processors from AMD. So we're running Death Stranding on this one. We plug in the charger on this one. As you can see, it's running on 43 watts. This is a third-party charger that I'm using, by the way. But yeah, I plug it in so you'll get the better or the best experience or the best game experience on the AYANEO Air Pro. So as you can see in here, we do not have here the FPS counter right now, but I'm pretty sure that this one is around 30 and below. Doesn't reach to more than that, I believe, because this one does have a demanding graphics. But yeah, it's still nice to see that we got here a pretty powerful device that can run this game. But of course, this is just on the lighter scenes. Whenever there are BTs around, whenever it's raining, you'll notice how the deeps. You'll notice the FPS goes down whenever we're playing Death Stranding on the AYANEO Air Pro. But yeah, it's still nice to see that the AYANEO Air Pro can run this game, specifically the 5560U processor. Another thing to notice on this one is that the speaker isn't that loud, which is already expected. I mean, the device is small. There's a lot of things that needs to be included on the device. So there's a little bit of space for the, for the speaker. Yeah, I got a little bit shook on that one. But yeah, you could see in here that not much of a frame drops right now because this one isn't on the demanding part. But yeah, you could see in here that the game runs on the AYANEO Air Pro. For our next game, it's Horizon Zero Dawn. So let me show you the graphic settings on this one. We've set it at the lowest settings possible on the game. And for the display, we've set it up at 720p. So right now, we're running Horizon Zero Dawn. As you can see in here, yeah, meron ka tayong konting frame drops. It's not the smoothest either, but it's definitely playable. It's actually one of my favorite games on the PlayStation, so I'm really happy to see that on the PC. But yeah, you can see in here, very playable, no problems at all. I haven't reached to the part there where we got the, no, not the tremor dust, the bigger dinosaurs or the bigger machines. I forgot which machines they are, even though it's my favorite game. Anyway, we've noticed that, yeah, there's a little bit of frame drops, yes, but despite that, despite having a lot of machines, despite a lot of loadings and everything, I really didn't have any problems with Horizon Zero Dawn. So one of the games that you could probably enjoy on the AYANEO Air Pro is Horizon Zero Dawn. But don't expect that you'll get 60 frames per second on this one. Don't expect too much from this one. This one is on HD. You could even turn it below 720p, but I wouldn't suggest that one. I mean, you wouldn't enjoy the graphics. It would be just terrible and just unplayable. It might affect your gameplay. But yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn runs really well on the AYANEO Air Pro 5560U processor. Another game that I love playing on the AYANEO Air Pro is Resident Evil 3. This one is actually pretty optimized. So let me show you the graphic settings. We got here the HD graphic settings. As you can see in here, not much has been enabled to the and it's been set at the lowest settings. And yeah, let's see the FPS on this one. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that this one can run really well. I've tried different games on this one, and yet the Resident Evil 3 is one of the not so demanding and really enjoyable on a controller, and also on the AYANEO Air Pro. So as you can see right now, we're using Carlos, and we're getting around 30 to 40 frames per second
on Resident Evil 3. And the graphics is really good on this one. So yeah, I really didn't had any problems with this game, with Resident Evil 3. So yeah, it's maxing out at 40 frames per second, 41, 43. Of course, it will depend on your location. It will depend on what you're doing, if Nemesis is here, if Nemesis is there, whatever. But yeah, overall, the game will run really well on the AYANEO Air Pro. So as you can see right now, we're in a cutscene, and yet still pretty good. Still, wow, look at that! I was shocked on this one. This is the first time I played this game on this part. So yeah, I haven't seen that part, but yeah, it's really nice to see this graphics at these frame rates, and we're getting a higher frame rate with this one. We're getting at around 46 frames per second, even 49 frames per second. So that's a good sign on the AYANEO Air Pro. But yeah, you've seen Resident Evil 3 on the AYANEO Air Pro. There we go. Oh, we suck at that. But yeah. Of course, we got here Tekken 6. So yeah, try natin. Now, I want to play Tekken 6 on this one because I want to share with you my experience on playing games like Tekken 6 fighting games and with these kind of buttons. The problem in here is that we got here smaller buttons compared to the one on the PlayStation, the Switch, or whatever buttons that you have. Just to compare, this is an Xbox controller. So as you can see, yan, start muna natin. We got here a really different size when it comes to the buttons. There we go for the Switch Pro controller. So there's a sizable difference, but does it affect my experience or my game on Tekken 6? Now let's see. So yeah, basically, really didn't have any problems with that one. With this, with my hands, yes, it is smaller, but it just took me a few minutes just to get used to it. Actually, when I first played Tekken 6 on the AYANEO Air Pro. And as you can see right now, we're running the game at 60 frames per second. So that's a good sign, and you could clearly see that the game runs really well on the AYANEO Air Pro. Now for the analogs, I actually like the analogs. Yes, there's the Hall sensors, which is pretty new for some people. But yeah, there are no dead zones. It is responsive. It is small, just like the Switch. But again, this is responsive, and I like the quality or the experience of the Hall sensors or the analog sticks on the AYANEO Air Pro. Just to give you a bonus look, this is GTA 5, probably one of the most popular games right now. Even the most popular. But yeah, we've set GTA 5 at Full HD. As you can see in here, the graphic settings is set to normal, most of them. So yeah, basically some graphic settings, some mid-graphic settings, but yeah, it's 1080p. So, you know, compared to other games that we have tested, it's 720p. This time, it's 1080p. So as you can see right now, we're using Trevor. This is GTA 5, and it's really smooth. No problems at all. There we go. And as you can see in here, there we go. If we're gonna shift to Michael, well, this isn't the fastest one that we have seen, but yeah, definitely a good one. Let's try driving around Los Santos. Let's see. It's not as the smoothest, and it's not 60 frames per second, but it's definitely more than 30 frames per second. And so far, I didn't have any problems with the AYANEO Air Pro when it comes to playing GTA 5. Just let's turn off the radio. There we go. Driving on this one is really smooth. There we go. No problems at all. Yes, just kill the pedestrian, but who cares? Okay, but yeah, Basically, what you're seeing right now is GTA 5, no problems at all, mid settings with a 1080p resolution. The 5560U can handle GTA 5. This is a pretty old game, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that this one would run really well. But if you're planning on playing games like Red Dead Redemption 2, don't expect a playable frame rate on this one. I've actually installed Red Dead Redemption 2 before, and we're having problems with the full screen mode. Doesn't go to full screen. The frame rates is just terrible. I think the highest that I was getting is around 25, and that was the highest. And most of the time, it's below 20, 15, so it's really bad. Even if it's plug-in. So yeah, I just installed that one because the experience of Red Dead Redemption 2 on the AYANEO Air Pro 5560U processor is just bad. But yeah, that's it for a gaming or a short look on the gaming side of the AYANEO Air Pro. Now for the software, as you can see in here, I've told you before, there's the Aya Quick Tool, and holding this one is the AYANEO Space. AYANEO Space isn't the smoothest or the best or optimized software that is made for a Windows handheld device. There's a lot of bugs. As you can see, there's this one, which is probably from Steam. I'm not sure why is it there. I tried removing that one, but it keeps on coming back. But yeah, it's really annoying that it isn't smooth, but we still got here most of the applications that we need. So yeah, it's fine with me. And of course, we got here the assistant. Basically, you got everything that you want to know: the processor, the CPU, the GPU, the RAM, the fan speed, and everything. The shortcut for the software. It's nice to have this one, but I would love for AYANEO to update this one to improve their software, because honestly, the AYANEO Space right now is in a terrible condition. But yeah, this is where you get everything, updating the firmware, the system, and everything. But yeah, as you can see, we got here controller firmware update. But overall, again, they really need to improve this one because it's still buggy. Sometimes it doesn't open for some unknown reasons, especially when you're opening a game. It doesn't overlay on top of another game. So yeah, something to improve, AYANEO, something to improve. So you've seen the features or what we can expect from the AYANEO Air Pro. It's a really nice device, a really portable device. It's smaller than the Steam Deck. 5.5-inch display is kind of small for Windows games, yes. But this one is portable. That's the biggest thing probably that separates the AYANEO Air Pro from the Steam Deck, which is probably the best handheld device right now. Another thing is that this one runs on Windows. That's why you can run games like Overwatch 2, which is, by the way, runs really well on the AYANEO Air Pro 5560U. Yes, I've been playing Overwatch 2 on this one on a controller. I know, that's kind of disgusting for some. But yeah, that's AYANEO Air Pro for you guys. And another thing is that we got here an AMOLED display. It's a really nice display, but again, it's not as powerful as the Steam Deck. Now you might be asking me, what should I get? Steam Deck or the AYANEO Air Pro? Well, I would highly suggest that you get the Steam Deck, especially if you're the type of person who loves to play heavy games. If you love playing Red Dead Redemption 2, probably if you want to play Cyberpunk at a higher frame rates, better frame rates, you would probably get the Steam Deck. But if you need Windows, if you need that AMOLED display, if you want to play Overwatch 2, for example, and you want something portable, then you might want to get the AYANEO Air Pro. I mean, I know a lot of Windows handhelds are already out there in the market, but this one stands out when it comes to portability and, of course, the quality of the display thanks to the AMOLED panel. But again, the battery of this one it's not kinda, it's disappointing. Should you get it? I don't know. Depends on what you need. But again, like what I've said earlier, if you're looking for a powerful device, Steam Deck. Windows, portable. So yeah, I guess that's it for our quick review of the AYANEO Air Pro. So if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and be sure to click that subscribe button along with that bell button to get notified of our latest videos here in my YouTube channel. So once again, I am JamOnline.ph. Thank you for watching and see you guys again in my next video.